As we are wrapping up the month of women, yes, we have celebrated women in science, we have celebrated women in education. We have empowered the lady, we have heard her and acknowledged the fact that she also can do better and do great. We've looked at gender-based violence. We have also looked at the mental health side of GBV. Now, we looked into a lot of things that we can do for the lady, for the girl child. Wrapping up this one, we will talk about unity. In this episode, I have two sisters. Let's hear what these two sisters have to share.
Hi, my name is Yankho Mulamba. I am a secondary school teacher and I also own and run a school. It's a nursery school.
Oh, hi, my name is Yankho Mulamba. I'm also a secondary school teacher. I teach at Lunzi Secondary School. I also own and run a school called Little Bright Stars Montessori. I also work for an NGO in Palombe called Afro Gardens, where I train young girls in basic skills like tailoring and sewing.
I have sisters today. It sounds really good. And both of you are somewhat doing something that's similar.
Yeah.
What motivated you to go into or to venture into the same field?
Well, mom was a teacher, dad was a teacher, uncle was a teacher, so we come from a background of teachers.
Yes.
So I guess that's how we gravitated towards teaching. So we're both secondary school teachers like our mom.
Yeah.
So basically, and we opened this nursery school and primary school, basically because we have a passion for teaching and education.
All right, so who's the oldest between you two?
I'm the oldest.
Yankho.
All right, good. Now, we're still celebrating ladies this month, and it's my pleasure to actually celebrate you. Now, I'm talking about celebrating you ladies. Firstly, celebrating teachers. Something that maybe is not talked about at the highest level. Because, well, me to be where I am, I had to meet a teacher first.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, why should we celebrate ladies, especially in the teaching field? What is it that maybe is lacking that Malawians are not looking into when it comes to that?
Well, we are the foundation of all the careers, right?
Yes.
Like all the careers have to come through the teacher before you can become anything else.
Yes.
Yet you discover that the profession is very underrated, you know?
True.
Very few rewards, very few recognition, which I think is unfair. I think that can be changed somehow, don't you think?
I think so. I believe so too.
Yeah, but I also think that female teachers in particular are very important. Now as we encourage girls into education, they need role models.
Yeah.
And in the past, if there were only men there, they had no role models, nobody to guide them and counsel them, no good examples to follow. So if you have more female teachers, and then the girls would get like a great role model.
Especially younger ones,
Especially
right?
young girls, yeah.
All right, great. Now, it's beautiful that you've talked about young girls that need a role model and motivation. I love the fact that you have a nursery school, you said?
Yes.
And a primary school,
And a
because
primary
that's
school,
the
yes.
basic level where we can start that from.
Yes.
I agree. Now, how is it important to unite with this little one, to grow with her and to help her, maybe mold her altogether, maybe to change the whole picture of her as she grows?
It is very important and it's very good, especially from a young age, because girls after puberty they need more support.
Yeah.
More support, not just from family, but also from people who are around them, friends.
Yes. Especially
teachers.
school time,
Yeah,
because that's
school
where they spend
time,
the most
exactly.
time.
And they also need people who understand the process. They've gone through the process. They know what girls are struggling with, the problems that they face at home and in society as a whole, the temptations that are out there now, including social media. So you need people who will be able to guide them. You also have issues like peer pressure.
Very true.
Yeah, so I think it's important that you start from a young age being just their friend. They need to have somebody they can trust to talk to, not just their parents who they're scared of half the time. Yeah, but if they're young and they come to you and they tell you, madam or my teacher, this is happening to me, I don't know how to solve it, you can be able to connect with the parents and help them and counsel them as well.
And I think it's easier when like the teacher is like a female and especially younger for the like student to approach them and like discuss and enclose their problems, and then you're able to assist them because not too long ago you went through the same situation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you also mentioned about parents who maybe are scared of to the little ones. How best should you, as ladies who are also in the teaching field, maybe should I call it this question, like, how best can you make it for the parents to be able to relate to these kids? Because I mean, I'm also coming from there where I wasn't able to like just open up to my parent because maybe I was thinking if I say this they're gonna whip me.
Yeah.
You know.
So I think the key to that is involving the parents as much as possible in the schooling of the child. Like for example, at our nursery and primary school, we have days where we invite like dads to come over, come see what the kids are doing, invite parents. We even have fun days where parents and children come together.
As families, they participate in the fun day. It's like a bonding experience with them.
Yeah. And also when we have, at the end of the term, when we have consultations, so teachers get to talk to the parent and the child together.
Personally.
So it's like the teacher, the parent, and the child together,
Yes.
so they can connect and they can talk about it instead of just sending the school report home where the parent will shout and don't understand the struggles that the child is going through. That way they'll understand, and then the parents will be more understanding towards the child. Yeah.
Okay, now straight to our today's topic,
Yes.
Unity within ladies. I think I earlier asked about that, but maybe let's just get into it to talk more about it, the importance of unity in women.
It's really important because the way I view it, according to my opinion anyway, it's like at a young age, girls are taught to compete with each other, you know?
Yes.
For like almost everything, practically everything, like marriage, work, school, you know? And we don't have to be competitors. We can actually help each other and lift each other up and work together. Yeah.
Also, it's very tough for young girls and women to make it in the society. It's mostly dominated by men.
Yes.
And you also have got industries that are, gender biased in some ways. So if you have a lot of girls supporting each other, even in different fields, across the board, you can have a stronger workforce, a stronger skilled labor type of group, where everybody is, rooting for each other, so they can have like common goals and stuff.
All right, you mentioned about role models.
Yes.
How many do we have in Malawi that we can use to maybe celebrate for the youngins to look back home, to look at, I should say, and think, okay, I want to do this. So how can we up the numbers? My question is going there. How can we up the numbers?
Well, skills training.
Yeah.
Nowadays, this girl-child education thing, where you have an education system that is helping girls to make it. There's the readmission policy in secondary schools where girls who had kids, had a baby, they're allowed to come back to secondary school. You can also have like scholarships in different career options or in different training options, so that you have more opportunities for girls, equally for boys as well, so that when more young people are trained and they're put into the workforce, and you introduce them to more young people, and the young people see each other there working together, I think that can be like a more role model type of thing.
And also maybe a general mindset change, where we tell the girl child that she can be whatever she wants to be, regardless of her gender, It's like women or young girls, they're taught to believe, they're made to believe that there are very few careers that they can pursue.
Nursing.
Yeah, we assume that education is for the girl, especially humanities and the languages, which is not the case. It's not the case. She can be anything that she wants to be.
I was with an engineer the other day.
Yeah.
And, it was great to be speaking with her.
Yeah.
Now, those are the type of women that we can also say, let's celebrate.
Yes.
Like you as well.
Yeah.
You're molding a great future, a great Malawi in the young girls that are attending your schools. You're part of those that we can celebrate. Now, you have something to say.
Yeah, but also through this program where you can introduce more young role models to the audience, then they'll know that there's the engineers that are out there, there are business owners that are out there.
Girl.
Yeah, that are girls, and they're doing things and they have these excellent achievements. So if you celebrate those and you showcase them to people, then I think that will encourage more young girls.
Yes.
I've had and heard cases where I've heard ladies not celebrating the other, especially when it comes to, like you mentioned about competition in working spaces.
Yes.
Even in schools, maybe how can we mitigate that? Because I believe if, for example, with Stevie Simon here, we've got Catherine Tinto here, if they are not in a safe space where they're elevating or pushing the other to do good, what would that do to the other?
It's just discouraging, you know. You get discouraged by the women. Like, for example, you'd discover at a company where the boss is the woman. It's like the other women down there, they have a harder time like going up, you know.
Yeah.
They have to work more in order to impress her. Instead of her like accommodating the young ones, encourage them on, you find her that she's the one who is actually bringing them down, which is not okay, you know. We need to change.
Maybe it's a mindset change. It starts with education.
Yes.
Basically.
At the
roots.
foundation.
Yeah, at the foundation.
At the foundation.
You can encourage girls to work together in teams.
Yeah.
If you encourage girls to work together in teams, they'll know that the winning of the team is like for all of us. It's not just for one person.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they go into the workplace with that attitude and that mindset, and I think that can work. So
They'll be
basically,
nicer to each other.
yeah, and we need more programs that encourage girls to work together. And even you can start from like the government sponsoring more girl sports, sponsoring more girl programs that are there. So that means that you can have a lot of young girls working in different places.
In a team, yeah.
In
Yes.
teams, yeah. Like right now, the biggest team that we have is Malawian girls netball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
And the
great
football
way.
team that-
Yeah.
that there is as well.
Yeah, so if you bring more exposure to those teams and girls working together, then I think in different fields you can have girls working together as well.
Beautiful. Now, we also know that in Africa, we can't say we don't have racism. We
Yeah.
can't say we don't have ethnicity.
there,
It
it's
is
there.
there.
Yeah, it
you know,
is, it
we
is.
come from different backgrounds
Yeah.
and races and tribes as well.
Yeah.
Does that play a role in, dropping the levels of those that are working together?
Yeah, it does. It plays a role. Now there are issues of like in the workplace, there's ageism where older people think they're better than others.
The younger
Yeah,
group.
and even girls, like young women, can be discriminated or I don't know, and not favored because they're not married. Like that's also an issue. Like if you're not married, people think
You get less respect or
get less
something.
respect. Sometimes there's even like hints of sexual what do they call it?
Criticism.
No, like sexual advances to young girls just because you're not married. So the boss thinks that he can
They-
talk
yes.
to you anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, and you just probably ignore it because you think maybe
What
it's
can I
supposed to
do?
be like
What
that.
can I do?
So maybe if there are ways in which you can civic educate people about these things, so it's pretty much a mindset change. So if you change from tribalism, if you change it from there, you change it from other aspects where young people, girls learn about these things. Yeah, then I think they can
Could be great to
It
know.
could be great. Yeah.
In your own words,
Yeah.
you two sisters, what's the best way possible we could use to maybe change all of this to better a girl environment?
Just be nice, you discover that usually where we girls are failing to support each other, it is us who started, we might want to blame the society, but it's not the society's fault. It's our own fault. We choose to be mean to each other because we see the other girl as a competition, which she doesn't have to be, Just be nice. You lose nothing by being nice to someone.
Yeah, but we also need, apart from being nice, we also need like formal structures and formal like rules in the workplace that are aiming to show that you need to work together, encourage each other. Also, you can reduce some of these hierarchies that are in the workplaces. Like, in order for you to get to this position, you need to, go through this. There are a lot of hoops that you have to jump through. And those
Especially when you're a woman.
especially when you're a woman. So if those are like, not like remove them especially, but, you educate people on how to get them in a proper way, then you'd have less competition among girls. Like, this is funny. But in some places, you can have a competition about who get with the boss first so that they can get in and get some of the advantages from the workplace, and those are women
Competing
for
the
boss. You get things like that. So I guess you just need proper structures in place and proper a workforce, including the ladies, that are educated on how to get those positions and what are the advantages of going at it the right way. Some of those will just bring problems and stuff. Yeah.
Anything more to add before we go?
Not really. Just encourage the girl child in any way possible, Start her young, make her realize that the world is big enough for all of us, There is room at the top for all of us, not just a few.
There is.
Right?
And also, I would like to encourage women who are in positions to take to go into the communities, go into the villages. Working with Afro Garden has exposed me to a lot of young girls in Palombe who just got married, left school, and they don't know what they're doing with their lives, and they have a lot of problems. So you train them the basic skills. I go there, interact with them, not just train them and then end there. You become their friends and you tell them, telling girls in Palombe about Blanta and the places where I've gone, and they see me, I'm there trying to encourage them. I drive my own car there, and they're motivated and they work extra hard towards the project and towards changing their lives. So if we have more women in power who are doing things, then they can start even where they are, the basic ground. We say hello to the lady you pass in the street, how are you, There are a lot of struggling women that just need the encouragement from other women as well in order to see that there's a better life out there.
All right, great. I guess that's it for today.
Yeah, great.
It was great to have.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it was great to have two beautiful sisters, guys. Before you go, guys, your names.
Linda Mulamba.
And I'm Yankho Mulamba. Thank you.
Hi, beautiful. Looking forward to seeing you again. Definitely at your school. Just
I
we
would
can chat with the
love,
little girls.
I would love for you to visit.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is me signing out with them, hoping to see them again and to hear from them again. It has been great. It's been beautiful. The Ladies' Month, Women's Month. We've celebrated them and we've given them the platform to just talk to us, to just let us know what's been happening, what's happening, and maybe why it happens. It's been good. I love it. I love it here. Trust me, I would love to send my lovely mentions to Makazi Foundation for making sure that we are able to talk and just have a chat with these ladies. You and I can change the world altogether just by having these small talks that we are on this podcast, the Voice Box Podcast with Monawante Betty Lechenolo King Henry Mellon. Looking forward to the next episode and the next season where we get to meet ladies. But of course, let's switch it up. Let's meet the guys and hear from them as well because they also matter. See you on the next one. Don't forget to tell a friend that we are here to be able to talk to one another on issues that are happening in our country and elsewhere as well. Let's help the other person that could be in real dire need of help.